Before the radical Dems intimidated Senator Flake into calling for a supplemental FBI investigation, several of those Dems simply threw temper tantrums and walked out on the committee.
This has got to stop, so I walked out. I'm not going to participate in this charade anymore.
This is a sham what's going on in there right now. Democrats are not being heard. From top to bottom, this has been about bullies.
All of America is watching the United States Senate today, and they should be deeply disappointed, embarrassed, ashamed.
Now, which of those three senators do you think will, after the FBI report is filed, turn about and vote for Judge Kavanaugh? Any of them? I think not. Senator Lindsey Graham warned his colleagues and the nation about the precedent that we're watching, this precedent of dangerous conduct that the Dems are carrying out at the Kavanaugh confirmation.
This has never been about the truth. This has been about delay and destruction. And if we reward this, it is the end of good people wanting to be judges. It is the end of any concept of the rule of law. It's the beginning of a process that will tear this country apart.
Senator Lindsey Graham. Joining me now, Judicial Watch President Tom Fitton, who was in the hearing room watching all of this. As I said, in my opinion, the meanest, nastiest, dirtiest Dem reaction in a hearing that I've ever seen. What they tried to carry off is simply the politics of personal destruction. Tom, I want to turn to first the FBI development. Your thoughts about what it will contribute, and will it be persuasive to a single Democrat?
No, it won't. I think the Democrats want a Mueller investigation 2.0 here. Ms. Ford's lawyers are suggesting they won't cooperate with the FBI over the next week. Frankly, Chuck Grassley asked that the FBI conduct a supplemental investigation into credible allegations. Well, there aren't any credible allegations, so the FBI investigation can be over before it begins, and certainly can be done over 2 or 3 days, and they can vote on them next week if they push hard on it. Senator
McConnell, the majority leader, has set the clock running as of today. The FBI investigation, the president has already ordered that to begin and to be wrapped up within a week. So there is that time-limited aspect to this, and also it will only deal with the current accusers, no matter how preposterous you may think they are, no matter how valid you might believe their charges might be. This is it. What do you expect to be the result? We're just going to get a summary document of the testimony we heard the other day, or has been reported through documentary evidence where you've had witnesses submit testimony subject to which puts them on the hook for prosecution if they're lying, and they're just going to tell the same thing to the FBI. So we're going to have the same group, the same stack of information that we had, frankly, before the hearing. Lou, we never needed the hearing. We don't need the FBI investigation, and to the degree we needed one, it should have been done last week or the week before last, or when. Or during the 6 weeks that Senator Dianne Feinstein was withheld the letter from Dr. Ford. You know, there are two things about Feinstein. Either she sat on it because she vetted it and found it wanting these allegations, or she sat on it for corrupt reasons to have it explode onto the scene after the confirmation hearings were done. Either way, it's corruption at its core. Without question. And the American Bar Association gave Judge Kavanaugh their highest recommendation. And now the president of the ABA comes out saying he urges a postponement of the vote given these quote-unquote charges.
Yeah, well, that's just a political statement. I don't know why the ABA is still allowed to participate in this process or is given the time of day in this process. It's a hack organization that targets unfairly conservative judges with negative ratings, and
this
generally
instance, they
speaking, the
gave him
ABA is a liberal interest group.
It's as liberal, I'm sorry, as what?
It's a liberal interest group, just as much as the others that were attacking Kavanaugh earlier this week.
Let me quickly ask you, Judge Kavanaugh, as he is waiting here, the process is going on. Chairman Goodlatte of the Judiciary Committee in the House has set in motion a meeting with Rod Rosenstein, the Deputy Attorney General. What do you expect to come of that, if anything?
Rod Rosenstein is going to withhold information from the committee, and it's going to continue the fight as to what happened in this discussion of overthrowing the President of the United States. You know, we sat a hearing yesterday talking about Judge Kavanaugh's yearbook, when in fact we should have had emergency hearings on this DOJ FBI effort to overthrow the President. And it just shows you the distorted priorities in this decrepit city.
Well, it is a rancid place, without question, and certain parts of it, including the uppermost levels of the FBI and the Department of Justice, as the President said, there is a strong stench.